Hello, my name is Ude and I'm a dancer with ballet company Oldenburg. And today, as we spend more time at home, I thought I'd teach you a little workout that you can do easily at home, and that is part of also my daily training. So all you need is a mat or just a towel or something that you can lie on. And I also have a ball, but if you don't have a ball, you can use a firm pillow or something just to squeeze between the legs so that we can use our inner thighs. But first, when we start, I always start with tapping through our body so we get all the circulation going. So just start that you tap under your feet, on top of the feet, get through all the bones, then the top of the shin, go through the knee also, so the liquids going through the knee, get the back of the leg inside, and then also out your foot. If you fall over, you can easily put the foot down, but try to really tap through all the parts of the body. Get also the stomach, lower stomach, the sides, then the butt also, the lower back. And then find the chest, so you go down and you go sides, so that we feel all the parts of our body. And then go through the neck and the top of the arm and go under. And really get through the armpit as well and the ribs here. There's a lot of nerves starting here. And then also outer arm, get the part of the neck, just tapping through so we get the blood flowing. And then find also the back of the neck, so we let go of the neck muscles and through the top of the head. And then just shake out the arms as much as you can so we get the blood going through the fingers, and then also the legs going through. And then we're gonna just hop a bit. So again, we get heart rate a little bit up, so our body is ready to move. If you can't jump, just easily you can keep the heels on the floor and just bounce. And just a little bit more, make sure you breathe, you're not holding your breath. And from here, we're gonna take the arms, you're gonna push down and reach up. Feel like you're pushing the floor down and you're reaching up to the ceiling. Don't worry about holding the shoulders down. You can just bend a little bit side and side so we get the spine long. And one more time, go down and reach up. Push the feet down, push the arms up like you want to push the ceiling away and the floor down away. And bend a little bit to the side and side. Good, and then you're going to take from here the back of the head. Now you're going to bend the knees a bit and allow all the back side of the body to open, so you're almost pushing the stomach against the spine. Take a nice big breath into the back. And from there, keep the knees bent and you just arch a bit. And again, getting opposite, so we're just opening the lungs. You can wiggle the tail a bit. And then again, open. So we're just warming up now. It's not much. And now you're gonna do like a kayaking movement. Keep the knees bent. So we're just moving the spine before we start harder work. So you want to feel like you're reaching right elbow up and then reaching. So you're going opposite directions with the elbows. You might feel some cracking in the back. That's okay. So we're getting some space between the vertebrae. Good, and then again shake out, and we're gonna find now ourselves on the floor. So you're gonna start first, we're gonna go into child's position. Try to keep the knees together and just reach the arms forward. And try to feel that your tailbone is really heavy down. And now you're gonna breathe into the back of the body, really feel like your vertebrae are opening up to the ceiling. And as you're breathing out, feel like you're lifting a little bit the stomach off your thighs. So we're getting a nice stretch in the lower back. And again, you're gonna breathe in, expand the back. And with breath out, lift the stomach so you have little space here. And go 2 more breaths like this. So you're gonna breathe in. And with breath out, relax the neck. You can easily also keep the arms here. But for me, it feels nice stretch like this. And one more big breath in. Try to feel each time that you let the tailbone go a little bit heavier. And with breath out, you're gonna roll through up, and we're gonna go on our back, so on the mat or just on the floor. Keep the ball close to you so you can grab it, but you don't need it right away. So now you find your feet that they're hip width apart, so knees are really releasing up to the ceiling. You find that your pelvis is nice and heavy. You don't want to feel that all the back is on the floor, but you don't want to feel arch either. So you're really just letting it fall as it is. Now you want to feel that you have also back of the ribs really wide. This is the space you want to have on the floor. If it's not on the floor, then place a pillow under your head so the rib cage really can relax. And then also back of the head is nice and heavy. Again, we take just a few breaths here so you really get one with the floor. So you're going to breathe in, allow the stomach to expand. And as you breathe out, feel that these 3 points get heavier. And again, you're going to breathe in, expand the stomach. And with breath out, you feel tailbone gets heavier, back of the ribs widening, and head gets heavier. And we go one more breath here. And feel also like your knees are just hanging down from the ceiling so your thighs are relaxed. And now we're going to add little arch and curl. So as you breathe in, you're going to feel like your bone lengthens away from the nose. And as you breathe out, now you're going to place all your back on the floor. Again, keep the ribs nice and calm. Try to move just from the pelvis. So the rest of the spine, it does react, but you don't want to push it from the legs or the ribs. And again, you breathe in, expand all the front side. And with breath out, you lengthen the back side of the body. 2 more. So you're going to breathe in, expand the front. And as you're breathing out, lengthen the tailbone away from the back of the neck. Last time. Breathing in, opening the front. So imagine just like somebody takes your pelvis and moves it by itself. And now we're going to do also circles. So your pelvis is like a clock. You have your 12 is your navel, 6 is pubic bone and 1 hip, and the other is 3 and 9. So as you breathe in, you're going to go towards 6 o'clock and you try to go around the clock to move in the circular movement. Try to keep the knees up in the ceiling so you don't go with the legs. And also back of the ribs are nice and calm. They do react, but you don't want to start the movement from there. So almost very lazy movement. See how little effort can you put into that movement. And then changing direction, going other side. Make sure you're really getting that arch as well. And make sure you're getting through that little curve. And just one more circle, so we're moving and warming up the spine, separating different parts of the spine. And then find again center where you're just heavy and neutral, so you're not pushing the spine down, but you're not arched either, so you have neutral. Now you're going to lift the arms up, so they're a little bit lower than shoulders and palms looking at each other. And from here you're going to breathe in, you're going to reach the arms to the ceiling, so shoulder blades come off the floor. And with breath out, allow them to fall down. And again, you're going to breathe in, relax the chest bone. And with breath out, allow them to drop. And again, breathe in, breathe between the shoulder blades, really expand. And with breath out, they fall down. Just one more. You're going to breathe in, reaching up to the ceiling. And with breath out, allow them to drop. Now, you're going to need the ball or the pillow, and you're going to place it between the top of the thighs. So now, again, you're going to breathe into that stomach. With breath out, imagine like you're narrowing the pelvis and lengthening, and that's why you're squeezing the ball a bit. Nothing changes in the body. And as you breathe in, you let the tension go, again expanding the pelvis. And with breath out, you're squeezing and lengthening. Almost like pubic bone and the navel, that distance gets longer, and that makes you squeeze the ball. And as you breathe in, you let it go. We go 2 more like this. So with breath out, it's just from the stomach. So you're almost hugging the stomach, and that goes into the legs. And as you breathe in, you let the tension go. And with breath out again, find that length. You're lengthening like you're zipping up really tight jeans. And as you breathe in, you let go. Now you're going to do the same thing, but you add the arms. So you breathe in, arms coming up. With breath out, heavy back of the ribs, squeezing the ball, reaching the arms as far that the ribs are not coming off. As you breathe in, bring the arms up to the ceiling again. Breath out, narrowing and lengthening arms over the head. Main thing is that ribs going opposite direction. Breathing in, calming up. 2 more. Breath out. So you breathe out first, and the second part of the out breath, you move, so you're really connecting with the ribs. Calming up. 1 more. Breath out. Hugging around the navel, keeping the neutral spine, so try not to tuck under. And calming up. Let's go 1 more time actually. Breath out. Finding this hugging feeling in the stomach, long lower stomach. And you're gonna come up, and now long arms, place them by your side. You can take the heels a little bit closer to you. Now you have same beginning. You wanna have this squeezing movement, and we're gonna go into spine curls. So you reach the arms long on your side, so back of the arm is long. With breath out again, find that narrowing feeling, squeezing the ball, and now from the hips, you start taking 1 vertebra at a time off the mat. Don't come too high first, so you're going to breathe in there. Now with breath out, allow each vertebra to fall back down and feel like it goes a little bit further than it was before. And next time you're going to go higher. So with breath out again, you're narrowing, have a little squeeze between the top of the thighs. Now taking tailbone, and then try to find each vertebra like they're glued on the mat, and then you're peeling them off. You're going to breathe in there. With breath out, each vertebra just falls. You still keep the hips to come back down. And again, breathing in. Breath out, peeling each vertebra off. As you go up, you might need to nod the head a bit, so back of the neck doesn't stay there. It is also part of the spine. You're going to breathe in at the top. Breath out, relax the chest. Then wide back of the ribs, then back of the waist. And then last, you find that hardest part of the lower back. Breathing in, breath out, narrowing and peeling each vertebra, long back of the arms, reaching fingers to the front, back of the neck is long. Breathing in there, breath out, allow the chest to fall, back of the ribs, back of the waist, and then going tailbone all the way. Last time, breath out. Really allow that breath out to fall, so you're really heavy on the floor. You're not trying to lift yourself off. Breathe in, breath out, relax the chest bone, back of the ribs, back of the waist, and the lower back. Now next time you're going to stay up, so with breath out, again finding that narrowing feeling, reaching long arms, come as high that you can feel the chest can stay relaxed, back of the neck is relaxed. Now you're going to drop right hip a bit and then push it up again. So you're going to drop, try not to drop the opposite side and push it up. You're going to breathe in as you drop, breath out, push it up. Breathe in, breath out, breathing in, breath out. Long front of the hips, breath out. Keep squeezing the ball so you're not letting it go. 2 more. Long back of the arms, relax chest. Relax back of the neck. Now breathe in at the top, and with breath out again, relax the chest bone, back of the ribs, back of the waist, placing each vertebra back down, wide back. Good, so now we're gonna take back of the head. So you have, elbows are like a tiny V, so they are not all the way open, they are not closed, but from the corner of your eyes, you should see your elbows. Now you're gonna breathe in, and you feel like you're lengthening yourself on the mat, and with breath out, you're going to reach the elbows up towards the ceiling. You're going to breathe in, trying to breathe into the mat. With breath out, allow each vertebra to come back down, and you're almost pulling yourself taller. So you want to have the hands there, so they're not here, so you almost really feel you can pull your spine. So again, you're going to breathe in, lengthen the spine on the mat. With breath out, squeeze again the ball, and you reach the elbows up to the ceiling. You're going to breathe in there, breath out, lower back down. So if you do it right, you should really shake because it's kind of hard to find them. So you're going to breathe in again, and with breath out, reach long. Feel that the chest bone goes towards the ceiling, not towards the knees. And with breath out, each vertebra, like you're really massaging the spine to come back down. 2 more like this. Breath out, relax the ribs as you fall down. And reaching the elbows, keep them a little bit open so you're not closing. And with breath out, massage the spine down between the shoulder blades. Last time. And with breath out, so your shoulder blades slide on the ribs this way. You're going to breathe in there. Breath out like somebody holds your elbows up to the ceiling so you really can massage that spine back down. Now we do the same thing, but you go into a little diagonal. So you're going to breathe in, you're reaching to the back to lengthen the spine. Breath out, go towards the left knee. You're going to breathe in there. Breath out, massaging the spine back down. Again, short in breath. Breath out. You're going to reach towards the right knee. So you don't want to go to the side. You really like going towards the knee. You're going to breathe in there. Breath out, massage now that right side nicely back down. 2 more. So with breath out. So as you breathe out, you sink in the stomach a bit. You're going to breathe in, breath out, massage the spine a bit further than it was before. Again, breathe into that new length. Breath out, sink in the stomach. Reaching towards over the knee, breathing in, breath out, lowering back down, and have a little rest. Good. So now take the ball or the pillow, place it on the side but not too far from you. So now you have long arms by your side. We're going to go into the legs a bit, so you're going to breathe in. Again, everything stays stable and long here. So main thing is here now that you start doing with the legs, that you don't slide down in the mat. So you have a little lift in the lower stomach. So you're going to breathe in to prepare, just short in breath. With breath out again, sink a little down, and that brings your knee into like a table. As you breathe in, you place it down. With breath out again, nothing changes in the hips, you just isolating the leg. Breathe in, place it down. You can even put the hands on the hips that you feel that when you're lifting the leg that the hip doesn't sink, it stays like a table. And place it down. And again, breath out. You feel that it comes a little bit together to make the movement. And just 2 more. So breath out, sink a little bit in the stomach, or you're like hugging the center. Place it down. Last time, breath out, chest stays calm. And place it. Now you have 2 legs. So with breath out, you have 1 leg. You still breathe out as the other leg joins. You breathe in there. Breath out. Place the first leg. Place the second leg. Start from the other leg. Breathe out. Hug first. Get all the air out before you move. You're going to breathe in there. Breath out. You're going to place and place. 2 more. And breath out. First hug. So when the second leg comes up, you're not sliding down on the mat. Long arms. Breath out again. Wide back of the ribs as you place and place. Last time. You're narrowing. You're sinking. Good. Breathe in. Breath out again. Sink a little bit so you can stay there. Now you have the ball in the reach. So with breath out now, you're going to take the 1 leg again. Breathe out the second leg. You put the heels together so you have little squeeze between the heels, and you place that ball there. Now you stay here. You're going to breathe into the stomach again. With breath out, you're going to narrow and you squeeze the ball and squeeze the heels. Just 1 more time like this. And with breath out, squeeze the heels, squeeze the ball. Now you're going to place the arms here. And you do the same thing, but you add that you're going to push against the legs. Breathe in, let the tension go. And breath out, so you push the legs into the arms and arms into the legs. 2 more. So you should really feel it in the stomach. I'm shaking a lot, so if you really get into the core, you probably shake. And then take the ball for a second, place the one leg and the other leg, just relax for a second. And we do one more thing like this. You have same beginning. So with breath out, again finding the center, keeping long spine, back of the neck is long. With breath out, one leg and the other leg, put the heels together, squeeze them so you feel a little connection in the back of the legs. Put the ball between the legs. And now you have arms by your side, a little bit lower than the shoulders. You squeeze the ball and you try not to let it slide anywhere. You're going to take the hip off the floor. You're going to breathe in there. Breath out. You feel like somebody pulls you from this arm to come back to the center. Breathe in the center. Breath out. Keep the heels together. Keep the ball exactly how it is. You're going to breathe into that opposite side. Now breath out, almost like heavy lung falls down to the floor, heavy ribs brings you back. Main thing is that when you go, that the knees are not going, so you want to keep it like a one unit. And again, breath out. So you have to start from this hip that comes off the floor. You're going to breathe in. Now first breathe everything out, and that last part of the out breath brings you back to the center. Last time, breathe in, breath out, keep nice and calm ribs. They are heavy, so you're not off the floor. And with breath out, feel like the lung is just falling down and brings everything back to the center. And then take the ball away, place one leg down, place other leg down, and just relax for a second. Take the knees into your chest, hug them for a minute or less. And then feel like you get a little stretch in the lower back. Take with the left arm, take them over to the left side, reach that right arm far away. Get a little stretch in the spine. Breathe into that stretch and breathe out. And then bring back again, have a little hug. So we're getting nice open lower back. Take with the right arm over the knees, take them over. Don't worry about shoulders or anything, just get yourself a nice stretch as long as you can into that spine. Breathe into that length. Breath out, reach a little even further. And coming back to the center and relax here. So we do one more thing here on our backs. So from here you're going to take back of the head. You have a little bit longer legs now. You again start like we did before with the curl up. You're going to breathe in, reaching long. Now with breath out, you're going to try to get all the way to the sitting here. You're going to reach over the knees. Now you're going to reach up to the ceiling. You're going to open the elbows. Try not to bend just back, but imagine you have a ball there and you want to reach up and over that ball. You're going to come back here straight. Now lengthen in the diagonal. And then you're going to place one vertebra at a time to come back down. So this one is quite hard. So you can keep the legs behind the thighs. So you again feel like you lengthen the spine almost on the floor first. With breath out, you allow the ribs to fall. You can help with the hands to really go through that lower back. So the main thing is that the spine would move. And then again, you open that chest. You're going to come into the center, so you're long, tall. Now keep that length to come into diagonal. And now like somebody punches you into stomach, you want to place each vertebra back onto the floor. And again, you're going to breathe in. If you can do it without the pulling of the arms, you can do it. I'm sliding off the mat. So from here, you're going to breathe in, lengthen the back of the neck. Now somebody pulls the elbows, so you really can move that spine. Lengthen the legs a bit, go over the knees. Now open the elbows, open the chest, like towards where the ceiling and the wall are meeting. Come wide back of the ribs first, so you're really tall up on the sit bones. There, and now lowering back. Again, elbows stay up. Last time, you're going to breathe in, lengthen. With breath out, sink in the stomach, reach the elbows. Now reaching forward, going over, opening, getting nice expanded chest. So you really enjoy that length. Now again, pull yourself as tall as you can. Don't worry about the shoulders or anything. And now lengthen and try to find that lower stomach. That's the hardest part. And you come back down. We just kind of come last time up and you stay sitting. So you're going to breathe in, lengthen. And with breath out, elbows reaching, slide the shoulder blade. And you're going to come here and you're here. Good. So now we're going to do in the sitting. So you're going to have a little like a frog position, but it's quite long. So don't have them too close because then you want to be this way. So they're almost straight. And now you want to take the fleshy part a little bit on the side so you really feel you're sitting on your bones. And usually we want to sit a little bit this way, but you want to feel like you're going to fall a little bit backwards. So again, take the arms here and you have the same position as on the floor. You see from the corner of your eyes, you see the elbows, so they are not pushed back, they're not there, so you have them wide, but you're still front of you. And you feel that you're not here, you want to feel like tiny bit you're going to fall backwards. Now you're going to breathe in, lengthen as tall as you can through the top of the head. With breath out, you're going to twist the body, try to get even taller as you twist. And then you're going to try to touch with the elbow the same knee. Now you're going to breathe in, imagine somebody pulls that elbow up to the ceiling. So we're really expanding that lung. Breath out, come back into that twist, try to twist even a little more. Breathe in, calming center. Again, breathe in, reaching tall. Now with breath out, imagine your waist is like wet towel and you want to squeeze it, all the water out. You breathe in, you're going to reach over. With breath out, coming up into the twist, breathing in center. We go 2 more. So with breath in, allow the back of the lungs to expand. Breath out. Get taller as you twist. Breathe in, reaching over. Open the lungs up to the ceiling. Breath out, coming in the twist. Breathing in center. Last time, get really tall off the hips. So you're not there, you really have lifting from both sides. Breath out, twisting on top of the hips. Separate the ribs from the hip bones. Now, imagine somebody pulls that elbow up to the ceiling. Breath out, coming up, coming center, and relax for a second. Good. So this one is hard one, but we do one more hard thing here. So you're going to take the feet front of you straight. If this is too hard to sit for you, then keep them in a frog. But if you can, then really stretch the legs out. And here it's important that you feel like your toe comes to your shin, so you're really getting a nice stretch in the back of the legs as well. So now you're going to reach the arms a little bit lower than your shoulders, so you want to touch the floor or wall front of you. And again, you have also heels reaching this way. You're very tall up. You're going to breathe in, breath out. You're going to dive through the top of the head. You want to dive the head through the arms, and imagine like navel comes out from the back side of the body. You're going to breathe in there. Breath out, stack the spine like you have wall behind you. You're going to place it back up. So you imagine almost you have double chin, so you don't get to here. You really want to get the back of the neck also there. And again, with breath out, reaching over the navel. Keep all this part as it is. Breathe in there. Breath out, place the spine again. Back up, tall, tall, tall. We got 2 more. With breath out, dive with the top of the head through the arms. Reach the fingers forward. Reach the legs forward. Breathe in there. Breath out. Stack the spine, each vertebra back on top of each other. Last time. You're going to breathe into the length. Really get yourself tall, like you want to lift yourself off the floor. And dive through the head, through the arms, over the toes. Keep the flexed feet, navel to the back. And with breath out, we're going to come up. And then just from here, have a little stretch forward. Just allow yourself to fall over. If you're here also, it's okay. So just go as far that you can. And you can just wiggle around a bit so we have a little relaxed moment. And feel you opening the back. Good. So now we're going to go on to 4-point kneeling. Again, you need the ball for the first two exercises. And 4-point kneeling is hard to feel, but it's really nice when you get there. So you have knees exactly under your hip bones, and the hands are exactly under your shoulders. So you don't want to have them there. You're going to have quite a bit of weight in your hands. And make sure you also put weight on your fingers so you don't get all the pressure in your wrist. So you have them wide fingers and active fingers. So knees are under your hips, hands under your shoulders. And now you want to push the floor away. So you're not sitting in the joints, but you feel like you have a table here. And you want to push yourself away from the table. So you have very little weight on your arms and legs, so your core is already active. And now also the neck, it's part of your spine. So if you look, your eyes should look kind of here, so that you don't have this and you don't have this either. So you have this feeling of through the top of the head, through the tailbone. So there's a lot of things to think about here in this position. So, and turn the elbows also to the side so we get in a nice position for the shoulders. Now here, you're going to breathe in. With breath out, we're going to do the cat, so you're curving all your back all the way up to the ceiling. We're going to stay for 2 breaths here. So you're going to breathe in, and with breath out, try to curve even a little more. And 1 more breath in. And with breath out now, with the tailbone, you start going back and you lengthen through all the way and trying to get the chest a little bit forward. So now you're looking forward, but try not to break the neck, so it's all still part of the spine. And again, with breath out, you're going to curve the back. Now breathe into that openness of the back. And with breath out, lengthen the tailbone, lengthen the waist, and the last is the chest. Reaching forward. Just 1 more. And breath out. Get the navel up to the ceiling. Feel that also front of the hips get long. Breathe into that openness. And breath out. Lengthen the tailbone. Lengthen the chest away from each other. Actually, 1 more. So you're going to breathe in. Breath out. Curve the back. Imagine like your vertebrae are like little mouths that opening up to the ceiling, each one like oysters up to the ceiling. Breathe into that space. Breath out. Again, lengthen the tailbone, lengthen the chest, and feel like a turtle coming out from your shell. Now you're going to take that ball, place between the knees, and you're going to tuck the toes under. So now keep this nice length you just discovered. You're going to breathe in. With breath out, hug all your organs, and that makes you lift that ball. As you breathe in, gently placing the knees back down. And again, breath out. First you feel in the stomach, you're lifting them, your all organs, you lift them up. As you breathe in, you gently place down. Just 2 more. Breath out. Try not to push from the legs. Really feel like your stomach is lifting the knees. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Still keep that long back of the neck so you're not losing it. You keep pushing the floor away so this distance is long. And breath out. Especially now when the knees coming off, keep pushing the floor away so you don't sink into the shoulders. And placing gently down. And then take the ball, place it on the side, and just have a little stretch here. So again, find the child's pose, reach the arms forward, allow the tailbone to fall. And from here, just walk the arms to the right side. So you're getting nice stretch on the left side of the body. Breathe into this. And then coming back to the center, reach more forward, and then you're going to the other side. Go as far that you can go with the spine, that it's not just the arms, but you're really going with your back as far as you can. You can also put the arm here to help to pull, so it really feels like a yawning movement. And then you're coming back to the center. Reach one more time forward. And then you roll again through the spine up. Good. So we're going to do one more thing on 4-point kneeling, and then we go on the stomach. But here, so imagine you just finished the cat movement, so you have the long spine. Find again that your arms are exactly under your shoulders, knees under your hips, and you have this imaginary table you push away from. Now you're going to breathe in, you slide the right leg to the back. You try not to shift anything, so you have like something here and it should not drop. And as you breathe in, you're going to reach the leg far back, and you're going to place and just bend the knee to place under your hip. So main thing is now that you're not shifting your weight off. Try to stay exactly as you are, and now just taking the leg off to slide on the floor first, then lift, lengthen far away, nothing changes. Keep feeling that you're lengthening and you're lifting your core and coming back. 2 more like this. So try not to shift, you just leg slides off. Now reach the toe and the top of the head far away from each other. So you want to go 2 directions from the waist and coming back. 1 more like this. So you're going to keep pushing the floor away, especially when you lift the leg. So this is the hardest part, that you don't sink down. Keep pushing the floor away. Long distance between you and the floor. Now we're going to add also opposite arm. So with breath out again, reach the leg. Try to stay here like you have wall here. And then you're going to reach opposite arm, opposite leg. Really reach out from the stomach. Place it and coming back. And again, breath out. Now from the navel, like you're going 2 directions. Like your body is a TheraBand, you want to pull it apart. And coming back. When you come up, come down, try not to also sink down. Keep pushing the floor away. And last 2, you're going to reach through the fingertips, through the toes. Keep lifting the navel. And keep also the double chin, so your back of the neck stays long. Last time, don't shift anywhere. Stay right in the center. Reaching far away. You can reach further when you breathe out. And then coming back, and well done. So you're gonna again sit back, relax the arms, relax the back. You can just rock a bit side to side. You can reach one arm a little bit further forward and the other, so you're really getting nice stretch on the back side of the body. And also from here now, you're going to lift this right arm up to the ceiling, so we get a little twist in the body. A nice stretch. And then other arm. So just stretch out, reach that arm up to the ceiling. And coming center. And again, roll through the spine up. Good. So we're going to go onto our stomachs now. So this one, when you get on the stomach, you want to take the ribs and you're going to pull them down so your back is long. And here also put the forehead down so you can breathe, so you're not like this and getting on your nose. So you have forehead down. Open the legs tiny bit so they are like hip width apart, and turn them out so you have a little connection under the butt cheeks. And you're going to put the arms into this position under your forehead. So it's like a diamond under your forehead. Now you have wide elbows. Now you're going to breathe in again. And with breath out, you have this activation of the stomach. And then you have nose going forward, slide the shoulder blades down at the back. And just come tiny bit off the floor. So you have like a hovering, so we're working just the upper back right now. So then you're going to breathe in. With breath out, you're going to come opposite way. Back down. And again, you're going to breathe in. With breath out, start with the nose, then shoulder blades sliding down, wide elbows, keep them nice and wide. Feel like you have ice cubes under your stomach, so you're not sinking into the lower back. This is nice and long. You're going to breathe in, breath out, lowering back down. 2 more like this. You're going to breathe in, breath out, lift the stomach first, then the nose, then slide the shoulders back, So your chest bone reaches forward. You're gonna breathe in there, breath out, calming back. Last time, like this, breath out. First start with the nose, like you're pushing a little ball away with the nose, then really slide the shoulders down at the back. So we're getting that nice work on the upper back. You're gonna breathe in there. Make sure your tailbone is like the third leg between your legs and calming back down. Now we do same thing, but you're gonna glue the arms on your forehead so your arms come with you. So you're gonna breathe in, breath out, lift the stomach, start exactly the same. Keep shoulders down at the back and just hover a little bit off the ground. Try not to go into this so you have this length to the back of the neck. You're gonna breathe in, breath out, wide elbows as you go back down. 2 more. Breath out, a little bit nose, take the arms with you. Wide elbows, really feel like somebody pulls one elbow and the other. Breathe in, breath out, calming back down. Last time, breathing in, breath out, lift the stomach, feel the ice cubes under your stomach all the time. So you have a tiny lift here, so you're not pushing into the floor. And breath out, rolling back down. Good. Now you can place the arms just like this under your forehead so you can breathe more easily. You can keep the legs hip width apart, or if you don't have any lower back issues, bring them together. So from here, again your heels are a little bit towards each other. You're going to breathe in. With breath out, find again this ice cube here, and you're going to reach the right leg so far back that it comes off the floor. It comes as far that the hip bone stays on the floor. And as you breathe in, you place it down even longer than it was before. With breath out, reaching the other. So first on the floor you want to reach and then lifting it up. You're going to breathe in there and then place it back down. And again, breath out. First slide it out. Feel like your leg starts from the bottom rib, so this gets long to go far away. And then placing down. And again, breath out. Reach first long on the floor. And feel like you're lifting from this part, so you're not going with the calf or the lower part of the leg. And down. 2 more. So with breath out, you reach out from the hip socket and you have like a plate on top of the leg you want to lift, so you're separating the hip bone and the thigh bone, and place it down. Last time, slide long on the floor and then keep the 2 hip bones on the floor and place it down and relax. Good. We're going to do one more thing here on the stomach. So now you can open the legs even a little bit more than hip width apart. So we go into cobra. So you have elbows on the floor, arms are by your shoulders, and you start the same way as we started before. So you have nose going forward. Now feel like you're going to pull the mat this way to really get nice articulation from the spine. So keep feeling like you're pulling the mat. So you feel chest goes over the edge of the mat. You go as far that you can go without getting the shoulders up. You're going to breathe in there, breath out. You're going to go opposite way back down. And again, breathing in, breath out. Feel nose goes, pull the mat a bit. So imagine you want to pull yourself over to the edge of the mat if you have a mat, or if you have a towel, feel like you're reaching over the edge of that towel. You're going to breathe in, breath out, lift the stomach, and you're going to pull yourself even further forward. We got 2 more. And with breath out. So pull the mat so you get nice length of the spine. Try not to crunch into the spine, but see how much actually space can you get between the vertebrae. You're going to breathe in there, breath out, lift the stomach, pull the mat so you're really reaching over the edge. Last time, breathe in, breath out, nose pulling, shoulders slide down. So imagine like you're on the edge of the building and you want to look over the edge of the mat, so you're not going into the push but rather pull. You're going to breathe in, breath out, lift the stomach and calming back. Good. So we're going to again stretch opposite way all the muscles that you just worked on. Again, take a nice big breath into the back side of the body. So really allow the lungs expand, the lower back to expand. And with breath out, you have a little feeling of the lift of the stomach. And then you're going to tuck the toes under. You're going to push yourself into a little triangle. And just walk the legs a bit, so we're getting a nice stretch in the back of the legs for a bit. Also find a long spine. And now put two heels, try to get them really down. Imagine like they have weights on, so you really push them down. So we're getting that nice nerve stretch in the back side of the body. Long spine, feel like your sit bones are reaching up to the ceiling. And then bend the legs, walk the legs or the hands towards each other. Find parallel feet, keep legs bent. Just swing here a bit, so we're letting again the lower back go. And now imagine you have a wall behind you. You start from the lower back, placing each vertebra right onto the wall. Coming up nice and tall, and just shake out. Good. We're going to do a few more exercises just standing up to finish off, to get a nice stretch and length. So now you find again parallel feet. Try to stand on the floor for this one, so you really feel your weight on the floor. So you want to have equally weight on the big toe, little toe, and the heel. So you have this 6 points nice and wide on the floor and spread out. So you have a lot of space on the floor. Now your knees are a tiny bit bent, so you don't want to lock them back, because then our back arches, but so that you can really lift up here, so you have the same feeling like on the floor, so you have a little lift here. And from here we're going to put the heels together, so again you have a little squeeze between the heels, and from here you're going to just bend the legs. You go as far down as you can, reaching the arms forward, and then you stretch. And now squeeze the heels together. You squeeze here and you come a little bit up on demi point, but just as far that your heels stay together. When they come down, you feel your top of the head reaches opposite direction, so you do this with the body. And again, you bend knees right over the toes. You're going to stretch up. Now squeeze the heels together, squeeze the legs together to reach, you're almost pushing the floor down, lifting here. And now heels are reaching away. You want to stay almost this height that you just are here, just the heels going down. Just one more. You're going to reach away, long back, bend as far as you can, and then squeeze the heels together from the top of the legs. And you feel that the top of the head wants to reach to the ceiling, and now keep that length to come back down. Good. Now keep that length. You're just going to reach right arm up to the ceiling, and now you're going up and over to bend. Try not to go down, but reach up and over, so you're almost reaching with this arm where the wall and the ceiling are meeting. Breathe into that rib and breath out. Keep that new length to come back. And you go left. Breathe in, reach up to the ceiling, breath out, reaching over. Feel like you're pushing this leg down to the floor as you're reaching the left arm away from the foot. Breathe into that rib and breath out, coming back. Just two more. So you're going to breathe in, arm comes up, reach it up, push now right foot down to the floor, reaching this to the diagonal far away. You're getting nice psoas stretch. And breath out, coming back. Last time. You're going to breathe in, reach tall, breath out. You're going to reach away, keep still a little squeeze between the heels. Breathe in and breath out. You're coming back, and now just shake out your body again. Shake the legs all out. Shake your arms, and again hop a bit. Let all the tension go. And now just lie on your back for a second. So now take most comfortable position you can. You can have arms here, you can have them there, or here, wherever you want. Let the legs a little bit be open, shake them out. You can have a little stretch here for a second. So So you're really pulling yourself apart, and then you can close your eyes for a second. So again, you're going to breathe in, allow your body to really expand as you're breathing in. And with breath out, imagine like you're melting ice cream. You really just let everything go, take as much space on the floor as you can. And again, biggest breath of today, you're going to breathe in. Imagine the air goes through the toes, through the top of the head, through the fingers. And as you breathe out, allow everything just fall like a balloon that goes out of air, just like falling down. And just take nice one more breath. And with breath out, let all the tension go. And you can stay there longer if you want, but otherwise we are done. Well done, and thank you.